Hey guys, welcome to another episode, Scuffed Edition. Today, this is what you're about to see is a little segment of the podcast that me and my friend, you probably see a lot in my gameplays, Juniorwolf Gaming, JJ. We started a podcast together. It's called Nerd Rant. Link to it's going to be down in the description. It's called Nerd Rant because we're nerds and we kind of rant. This episode, we are going to be talking about the monopoly of anime on Disney Plus. You know, we see some rumors about that, and just talking about anime monopolies and some business stuff as well. So it's kind of informational, just some fun nerdy stuff going on. Try to release an episode weekly. At this point, we have been doing this for about 8 weeks. We have about eight weekly episodes. Sometimes I try to do them live at lbcradio.live. Link to that's also going to be in the description. If you follow our social medias, I'm going to have a website down below, which will have a link to all of our social medias. That will have a link to our Twitter and Instagram at NerdRant Podcast, at NerdRant Podcast. It's also going to have all of our episodes in little playlists. So if you want to see all of them and read the description before you want to watch, everything will be on Spotify and Anchor. Again, the link for all of this will be in the description down below. Hope you all enjoy. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you also subscribe to those as well and get the notification for when the podcast goes live as well. Thanks. Start recording on this.
Yep. Okay. Perfect.
Okay, we're recording on both. Yay! Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Nerd Rant. I am Dr. Zombrain, also known as Juniorwolf Gaming, with my co-host, Seth, also known as JJ.
Whoa. Also known as Juniorwolf Gaming.
And you're JJ, also known as Seth. No, you're Seth, also known as JJ.
Listen, I know you're a bit dyslexic in the thought process today, but that was a stretch.
I thought about this riding home on my bike, not gonna lie.
You planned this? I'll give you that. That's commitment, okay? That's something at least.
Okay, so for everyone that's on YouTube, might be confused. Everyone who's not on YouTube, this is going to be even more confusing. Don't worry about it. We're going to explain that later. Or maybe I explained it beforehand. That adds to the excitement. JJ, what's the topic? Also, don't worry about the scuffness, both JJ and me's people.
Yes, definitely. Okay, our topic today is, well, I guess I should lead this by saying last week is when it would be uploaded, I can think. We did an episode on streaming services.
And it's a lie now.
In that episode, we had mentioned how, Disney Plus is limited on their genres. Seth had mentioned that one of the reasons he doesn't like it is it doesn't have anime, right?
I'm a weeb.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me show up all my top figures.
In recent light, some things have come out, some leaks, and Seth, would you like to explain what happened?
So apparently, if for the people that do know, JJ, I've explained it, and I still don't think I think he mostly understands the big three, right? You understand what the big. So the big three are One Piece, Naruto, and third, which is one that not as many people know about, Bleach. And Bleach has been gone for a while, it's finished, and they're coming off new episodes, Bleach 1,000 Year Blood War. It's been a long time waiting, but it's not on Crunchyroll. It's not on Funimation. Where is it, JJ?
It's on Disney Plus, Seth!
Whoa! So I was like, yo, that's kind of crazy, and my friend told me JoJo's Bizarre Adventure's on there. I'm like, okay, I look it up. And I'm pretty sure it's there. It has a Disney page. I look up more. They have Demon Slayer. They have Attack on Titan. They have My Hero Academia. They have Haikyuu. I'm like, hold up a second. What's lacking right now? Because this does not make sense. So from what we can understand, because Disney themselves haven't stated anything. That's kind of been the big confusing part for both of us when we've been talking about this over the past week or so. Mm-hmm. Disney hasn't had an official statement. But what we can gather from articles is it's only in Japan. It's regional.
Some of them are only in Japan.
Some of them are only in Japan. I don't know where they all are because I made a new account. It is rated M, and my account's rated M, and it is
making his dirty dishes.
And
Go ahead.
I still don't see Bleach. So I don't know where they are. It's not in the U.S. It might be
Mhm.
in Europe. I don't know. I know that's another place that's kind of a little bit more open, I think ish. But they're out there. They're region locked, but they're out there. Disney hasn't said anything, and there's probably a good few dozen of them out there. Because I remember in October we were looking. There's some
Mhm.
articles talking about different types of anime that are coming out. Some more smaller ones, not some of the big stream, but
Yeah.
now the big stream are coming out there. Like I said, like My Hero and Bleach, Thousand
Yeah.
Year Blood War.
Disney paid to have a couple of I think one of them was a sequel to a
It was a
like a
big one.
middle popularity anime.
It was a big one of that studio. That studio's
Yeah.
biggest one. It was a
Hmm.
sequel to that.
They paid to have a sequel, and then they also licensed to others to be made for Disney Plus. But those were only accessible in Japan, and to my knowledge, I think they are still only accessible in Japan.
And I think that's
So,
the this might be a little bit more rumor type of podcast and some more theorizing than just fact and talking about it. But we do I think we all know that this is happening. Like I think there's plenty of
mhm,
evidence that there is anime on there other than like Star Wars Visions. There is actual anime from Japan on Disney Plus. The only thing is
yeah,
we have no idea cuz Disney has not made a single announcement or statement about this.
like there's literally nothing apart. Like there's the things people have collected, and there are
Put on the
leaks,
internet.
but
Yeah.
some people just think those are lies and things people try and put out there for attention. So there's nothing that we can solidly confirm is either a solid leak or a solid statement by Disney. So we're kind of just in the blue right now. We have to try and figure this out for ourselves until Disney comes out and says, "Yeah, yeah, guys, we know exactly what's happening. It's all part of our master plan to conquer the Earth."
So that kind of that can bring us to another point. Is we were talking a little bit about the concept of in the last one we were talking about the concept of Disney being monopoly, and with them owning Funimation and Crunchyroll. Right? Did we talk about that on stream or was that private?
I think that was private.
So one thing that was talked about a while ago is Crunchyroll and Funimation combining, and
Mm-hmm.
there's talks of that being a monopoly. But now with this coming up, which by the way, that article that he was talking about with that sequel, that's from October 2021. So this is not a new thing, and it's gone
Mm-hmm.
over and everyone's nose. I didn't. JJ had no idea until I said something, and I'm like, wait, Bleach, okay, that's new. But apparently all these other ones have been out. Um, it's so what we were talking about is either Disney's trying to do that, like like the ESPN and Hulu, that bundle would
Mm-hmm.
have Crunchyroll and Funimation, or maybe that's Funimation and Crunchyroll's way of combating Disney becoming the streaming titan, the monopoly it is, and
Mm-hmm.
just like in general in the anime community.
Indeed. I feel like the only thing that could end up stopping something like Disney just buying out all these different anime for like whether or not it goes to Hulu or Disney Plus would be the combination of Crunchyroll and Funimation. But, obviously there was some sort of halt in that combining that happened who knows how long ago, and we don't know what it was. My theory, maybe Daddy Disney stepped in and put his foot down and said, "Hey, children, stop fighting. I'm gonna handle this situation."
I mean, we've kind of seen that with Call of Duty and Treyarch having to step in because, like, that happened with Cold War. That's why Cold War struggled the way it did, is because it wasn't polished. Because Treyarch wasn't supposed to make that year; they were supposed to have another year, but then they had to step in because the studios were fighting. So we've seen that with these big studios like Treyarch. That's the Black Ops. If for the people that don't know, that's the Black Ops series for Call of Duty. They're pretty big and like they're pretty official compared to someone like Raven who's a little smaller. So we kind of seen that with these big, like someone like Disney stepping in on these smaller studios like Crunchyroll and Funimation.
Mhm. Now, by no means do I think Crunchyroll and Funimation don't have enough money to stand up for themselves. I think they probably could put themselves at quite a high bar if Disney ever tried to buy them because, Sony put Spider-Man up for what was it, like a couple $2 billion or something like that. So I could very much see Crunchyroll and Funimation valuing themselves at like around a billion, probably. So
Probably, if
Disney could
more,
be
because
hesitant to
anime
pay
is
that.
such a big medium at this point, and I feel like after COVID, it's grown so much. The amount of people
Yes,
that
it very
started
much
watching
has.
over. So if anything, it could be bigger at this point.
And I think Disney recognizes that, and that's why they're kind of trying to take these steps into the anime world. Is they're realizing, hey, there's a lot of benefits here. There's a lot of funding we can make.
And we've seen
So
that
if we
with
start out
Visions, Star Wars.
small,
Do you want to
yeah.
talk about Star Wars Visions? I don't know much
Mhm.
about it.
I think it was about a year ago. Disney funded a series on Disney Plus called Star Wars Visions, and essentially it was they allowed a bunch of different, I can't remember if it was different studios or just different creators, but different creators will say came together, made their own stories for each episode, and they were in a anime style. It was groundbreaking. Like a lot of people really loved that show. Star Wars fans and anime fans alike absolutely loved it. And I feel like Disney recognized that and kind of saw like, what
And
if
if
we
you
do
look at the
more with
timeline,
this?
and if we look at the timeline of that show coming out and these deals going on, the deals did
Mm-hmm.
happen after the show. So that's one thing that we are thinking, that maybe this succeeded. Thus, they thought, let's grab some actual anime and see what that does on our
Mm-hmm.
platform. And
Yeah.
here we are now with anime like Bleach and My Hero Academia on Disney
The only
Plus. They're
question
region
is,
locked,
why are they not releasing it to everybody? Visions was released to everybody, and that's why it did so great. So what's the point in paying all this money for these anime that are going to perform drastically well on your platform if you're not going to
Like
release
Bleach
them to
Thousand Year
everybody?
Blood War, from what I've seen, is phenomenal so far. The story, the action, animation. Like, I saw the intro scene, and it looked phenomenal, and I cannot wait to start watching that. But it's the fact that Disney's not even saying anything, and I
Mhm.
feel like that's a mistake. One thing that we are also talking about is the whole thing with Disney trying to make it accessible for everyone. What does that mean for anime? Because anime
Yeah.
is, it comes out, a lot of people watch it subbed. We're not going to get into the sub dub debate, which is better, but like a lot of people watch it subbed, and then some people wait for it to be dubbed, meaning it's in that English language or in their own, because someone like Crunchyroll has Spanish, German, French, and English along with the original. So what
Mhm.
does that mean for Disney? Are we gonna have to wait for every single language to be finished to be put on Disney?
I could very much see that being the case because with the way Disney's doing everything, nothing has released and then been updated with another language. It has always been, here's what you have to start with, and that's what we're going to give you. So it's very hard to tell where they would go with that. Because it's Disney, I feel like they'd make us wait.
But yeah, I think this is, like I said, the hard part about this whole thing is we don't know anything right now.
Mhm.
We know
I mean,
zero.
the other thing is, I know the way they do it on Hulu is they'll release it. It's kind of like in the capsulation of one season, but that one season contains all of the subbed and all of the dubbed in English, or I guess it would be
So
dubbed in your language.
so it'd be
So,
like based on arc. So people that know Naruto, maybe that water, I don't even
mhm,
remember the name, like the water mission, like
yeah,
that whole arc would be completely dubbed in all the languages, then released. Netflix
mhm,
does that, where they make like the arcs a season and they release it season by season.
mhm,
Obviously they don't do the whole dub thing like themselves, cause like, but they came out. One Piece is a big one, and they keep coming out with new ones. And they came out with Water 7, and then Ennis Lobby, and then Goodbye Going There, and all these different arcs. But it was completed, and it has all the languages and subbed and dubbed. Obviously,
mhm.
that's really old, but that's just how Netflix does it with new shows as well. But we have been seeing them, both Netflix and Disney Plus, starting to switch that weekly. Kami Can't Communicate does release on a weekly basis, and we see that with some Marvel and Star Wars shows releasing weekly. So at
Yes,
this point, for Disney, it's really hard to see how they're gonna take that.
yeah. I feel like with the past stuff, they would probably just bulk upload it all at once if they have the resources to,
Maybe like
and
the
just put
old
it all,
Bleach that they have
yeah,
the
put
rights
it
to,
all up.
put Bleach that's
And then
already dubbed and everything.
anything new that comes out would be that weekly format, maybe release 1 to 2 episodes weekly.
I can see that. Maybe like after they get like the whole Bleach situation finalized, because I don't know if
Mhm.
that is finalized. Maybe they release all of Bleach, and then they release like the first 6 episodes of Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, wherever they are, and then they start releasing it weekly.
Yeah,
Something like
I could
that.
definitely see that.
Who knows? I have no
Who
idea.
knows?
JJ, do you have an idea? No, you don't, because nobody
How
does.
dare you accuse me of not having an idea? What if I had an idea?
Your
You
idea's
shot me
wrong because
down.
there is no idea.
What if I want to have an idea? You can't
Ideas
do
are
anything
wrong.
about it. No,
Ideas
you're
are wrong.
You're wrong.
Hold up, give me a second.
1. Oh dear. Where's he going? Oh no.
Okay, we're recording on both. Yay!
What'd you do?
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Nerd Rant. I am Dr. Zombrain, also known as
I'm
Juniorwolf
scared.
Gaming. It started pressing play on Audacity. What do I do? Help! JJ.
What'd you do?
It started pressing play at the beginning. If I just hit record, will it automatically start recording at the end?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, this is what I have to say to your idea.
Is that a vibro? Is there? I can speak it. Is that a vibro? A vibro blade. A vibro blade. I can speak. Is it a vibro blade?
No, it's a katana, and it's gonna slice you. I'm gonna slice your nape with it. It's an anime joke. It's an anime joke. Attack on Titan. Because it's an anime podcast.
I wouldn't get it.
That's the joke.
It's so funny.
Okay, so another thing we were talking about, I don't know again if this was private or on the last episode, but the fact that how this affects Disney as a monopoly, because we were talking about the other studios, if they did that whole throw it in the bundle, that kind of helps them get out of that monopoly area, but these are on Disney Plus. So what does that mean for Disney as a monopoly?
I mean, here's the thing. I'm curious to see how many other things technically have a page but aren't on there, because if some of the stuff on Hulu has a page but isn't available on Disney Plus, I could see it being just like a same server situation where, like, sure, there's a placeholder page on Disney Plus for the stuff on Hulu, but like it's not accessible because it's not on that platform.
I see what you mean. It could be. We don't know, because like I can't find it. I mean, I can try. One article that I did see while doing some research on this whole Disney thing is they said that it would come on October 10th, Disney Plus and Hulu, Bleach 1000 Year Blood War. And it's not on Disney Plus, so, but it might be on Hulu. I don't know.
I mean, research time.
Research time!
Research time.
Start playing the guitar. Research. It's time to do some research.
I don't understand that reference.
It's not a reference. I have a guitar.
And why, though? Why would you play the guitar and sing, like, a theme tune?
Because why not? Let's do it.
Okay.
Are you ready for some really out-of-tune guitar?
Bleach 1000 Year Blood War. It is on Hulu.
It is.
It is on Hulu.
Is it dubbed? Like, what? Because one thing we were talking about is, like, financially, would Disney be able to dub it faster? So if it's just coming out, because I believe it's just a week or two old since the first episode came out public,
I
and that's
see the
subbed.
Spanish sub.
Sub or dub? Sub is not going to take that long. Sub comes out practically at the same time, because they just got to take the...
Let me mute my speakers and play an episode, just to see. We're gonna see.
You guys like my out-of-tune guitar?
Their ears. Sorry, headphone users.
Dude, what are the episodes today? They're so scuffed, and I love it.
Okay, let's see. Settings. Okay, audio is only Japanese, but it's English subbed, so it does not look like they have a dub yet.
Okay.
But no doubt it's probably going to be coming in the future. And once again, it could be a case of they had it ready for Hulu because Hulu doesn't have all the dubbed content, but they wanted to finish the dub before they put it on Disney Plus.
Could be, but even then, that's still the whole problem of the monopoly. So.
Indeed. It's quite chaotic.
It is chaotic.
Just like you and your guitar.
My guitar is actually neutral. I'm the chaotic one.
You're the bard,
I am the bard.
definitively. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Hulu is probably where a lot of these are coming from because that seems like Disney's anime hub most of the
It
time.
does. I didn't even think about the fact that like they do own that.
Hmm.
Guys, I have too much stuff around me. The struggle is real.
Yep.
So that's just gonna be a little segment. That's not the whole thing. Don't worry, we got plenty more to talk about. In fact, this is post me, post that. Like we finished the podcast, and then we did more. So there's plenty more to talk about. We got even more answers. Uh, we got more answers than questions. What? No, actually, we got more questions than answers. It was a ride of emotions. It was a roller coaster. And in order to watch that, make sure you go down below. I'm sorry for the scuffness of the quality of the camera. Make sure you go follow those, all that social media. Make sure you go watch the full podcast on Spotify or Anchor. Anchor. That's it. My brain's dying. You'll understand why when you see that. Well, actually, you already no, because this is at the end of the video, not the Spotify. Make sure you go watch the podcast, and you'll understand why my brain is absolutely fried right now. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like if you enjoy, and if you want more of this, we got plenty to come. Peace.